Silly season continues to heat up here in the NASCAR world as Matt DiBenedetto's future is currently uncertain at the moment, and Erik Jones says that he hopes that he will have a new team to go to here in a week or two. Lots of discussion in today's episode. Let's get straight into it. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. The first team we're going to talk about is Matt DiBenedetto. As Ike said at the beginning of the video, Matt DiBenedetto, his future is uncertain. Now, here we go. Matt DiBenedetto has nothing to announce yet, but here's what he said when he was on SiriusXM's NASCAR radio here earlier today. Nothing's done. I've just had so many people asking. I'm open book. There's a lot of people involved in decision making. I should find out this week. There's no negotiations, nothing about pay. I'm just happy to be driving the number 21. Now, there have been a lot of recent rumblings currently at the moment that Matt DiBenedetto is not going to be returning to the 21 car, as it is being rumored currently at the moment that Austin Cindric, who drives the 22 in the Xfinity Series for Team Penske, would be taking over the 21 car, as it is a Penske-affiliated organization. Now, we were supposed to find out not that long ago that Matt DiBenedetto, probably at the end of the month actually, well, end of last month, they were supposed to find out if Matt DiBenedetto was supposed to be returning to the 21 car or not. It seems like we are going to find out this year at the end of the week, maybe as early as tomorrow, or maybe as early as the end of the week on Thursday or Friday. But we are supposed to find out really, really, really soon. But to be honest and be very truthful for you, even if we already pretty much know that he's probably not returning next year, I'm going to be really, really sad if Matt DiBenedetto is not going to be returning to the 21 car next year, because I think Matt DiBenedetto, while he hasn't performed as good as I thought he was going to do this year, I think Matt DiBenedetto has a lot of talent. He's a really, really good driver. We saw what he did with Levine Family Racing, almost got a win at Bristol, and he's had a few good stand-up performances this year. You know, until he got penalized recently, falling below the yellow line, he ran up front at Talladega. He ran really well at Vegas, just got beat out by Kurt Busch, but I guess that experience kind of helps him. And apparently the Fords were not really good on the restarts in Las Vegas. Matt DiBenedetto, I think that he has so much talent, and I think that he does not deserve to leave Wood Brothers, but I think, unfortunately, the inevitable is going to happen. Like I said, I feel bad for Matt DiBenedetto, man. He's had to go through so much throughout his career. You know, he's had to jump from ride to ride. You know, he started at BK Racing, struggled over there, but had a couple of stand-up performances like at Bristol. Then he went over to the 32 team and had some pretty stand-up performances there. Went to Levine, got a second-place finish, like I said, at Bristol. And he's had a couple runner-up finishes this year. I thought he was going to win this year, to be honest with you, but I think that Matt DiBenedetto really is an awesome driver. I really like Matt DiBenedetto a lot, but with him probably not returning to Wood Brothers next year, where does he go if he doesn't go back there? Well, I don't know. Maybe back to the Xfinity Series. Maybe they do a trade where they bring off Cindric to the 21 and maybe put Matt DiBenedetto in the 22, keep him in the Team Penske organization, maybe keep them there. Maybe he goes to Trackhouse. Maybe he goes somewhere else like Hendrick Motorsports. I really don't know, but man, I just feel bad for Matt DiBenedetto right now because he's done so much in his career, and he's had to go through a lot of adversity and through a lot of struggles through his career. You know, he doesn't have a lot of money, a lot of backing, but you also have to understand that Menards is also scaling back. I think it's really the decision is going to come because Menards is scaling back their sponsorship with Wood Brothers. They're really going to be starting to scale back. I think a lot of it is the pandemic. You also look at Germain Racing, if they're not going to be having Geico sponsors, so they're shutting down at the end of the season. And Austin Cindric does bring a little bit of funding. On top of that, Austin Cindric is the son of the competition director of Team Penske, Tim Cindric. So that's a big contributing factor to why I unfortunately don't think Matt DiBenedetto is going to be returning, unfortunately. But if he does go, like I said, I'm going to be very, very sad. And it's going to be a really, really sad day, especially for all motorsports fans. Now we get into the other big story of this episode. Erik Jones. Now, Erik Jones currently at the moment is not signed with an organization for the 2021 season, but he recently spoke to Matt Mayer from CBS, and he said that he hopes to sign a deal in a week or two with an organization. Now, Erik Jones currently at the moment is being linked to a couple organizations. One of those being the 37 of JT-Daugherty Racing, as it doesn't really look like Ryan Preece is going to be returning to that organization. And he's being linked to the 43 car because Bubba Wallace is going to Hamilton Racing. But there's another driver I think that's going to end up at that 43 organization. So what happens to Erik Jones? Now, in my honest opinion, I think Erik Jones deserves second chance. I would like to see him at another top-tier organization, but I think Kyle Larson is going to end up in the 48. We know that the 42 ride is not available now because of Ross Chastain going there. So I personally think that Erik Jones is going to end up driving the number 37 car for JTG-Daugherty Racing, and I think that is going to get announced here very, very shortly. Now, why not Trackhouse Racing? I think Daniel Suarez is actually going to end up at Trackhouse Racing. Like I said, I think Erik Jones has a lot of capabilities. He has a lot of talent. I think Erik Jones can do a lot in his career. I think Erik Jones really could step up to the plate with this team. Kind of have similar stats to a guy like Chris Buescher. You know, he won a championship in the NASCAR Truck Series in 2015. Almost won the championship in 2016 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Came up really short. Almost was able to do that, but unfortunately was not able to go out there and win the championship because Coa basically decided to not go on the restart. I mean, he's done really well in Cup. Won the rookie year in 2017. He has two or three victories in the Cup Series, 2018 Daytona, 2019 in the Southern 500. And has come up short sometimes this year in the NASCAR Cup Series. And it really says he's not going to be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing this year, as Chris Rebel will be driving that car in the 2021 season. But I think Erik Jones, if he goes to this 37 organization where I think he's going to end up going next year, I think that he will be in contention to go out there and contend for at least a playoff. I don't think he's going to go win a championship. I don't think this car is capable of championship speed. Look at a guy like Chris Buescher. Even Chris Buescher really hasn't been performing great this year in Roush Fenway Racing. But I think that Erik Jones, if he is to go to this organization, and I think he is going to end up at this team next year, I think he will do a lot of things with the team. I think he has a lot of promise, a lot of talent, a lot of capabilities, and I think that he can do a lot with a little. And I think Erik Jones is going to end up driving for the 37 organization at the end of the season, and we'll talk about that later. I think he will be driving the number 37 car full-time in 2021. So, anyway, I had a few stories to talk about here today. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you get notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link in the description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. What do you think about Erik Jones? Do you think he is going to be driving for JT-Daugherty Racing or not? Let me know in the comments below. And how do you feel about Matt DiBenedetto? Do you think he will be returning to Wood Brothers Racing or not for the 2021 season? Let me know in the comments below. I don't feel certain about it, but let me know if you think he's going to return or not. Again, I will have a Q&A instruction video coming out really soon about what you guys can do and answering questions. Well, that probably will be coming out tomorrow, or picks will be coming out tomorrow. Trackhouse Racing is also supposed to be announcing what's going on with their team. Henry Motorsports is looking to be rumored to make an announcement here really soon. A lot of big videos coming up here on the channel that you guys will be seeing here really soon. But anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.